Welcome everyone to the stream. This is Marlon here. Hope you guys having a good day, or hoping that you guys have better days ahead. This is Kingdom Hearts 2 episode 28. But that'll happen in the second hour. This is the first hour, and what we're going to do in the first hour is talk about the weather. It's our national weather discussion, plus the tropical update. All in 1 hour. Okay. So if you guys want me to play Kingdom Hearts, all you got to do is to hope that that there won't be too much weather for me to talk about. But if you guys are more interested about the weather, well, just type in the chat and tell me what you guys think about the weather throughout the United States of America. I'm waiting. If you know what I mean, right, guys? Alright, now let's get to work and see what we got throughout the country. So, we got 81 active weather alerts, 6 severe thunderstorm warnings. They're in Arizona, California, Colorado, New York, and Canada. 9 flash flood warnings are in Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, California, and Canada. 2 special marine warnings in Michigan. 15 special weather statements in California, Nevada, Utah, and Oklahoma. 17 extreme heat warnings. 1 dense fog advisory that's located along the coastal parts of Oregon, on the northwestern part of the state, on the coastal side, and southwestern Washington State. 1 air quality alert is located right around eastern Houston. Wait a minute. Yeah, right around the Houston, Galveston area. 21 flood warnings and 8 red flag warnings. So let's start off with the Northeast, just to see what we are dealing with, folks. Okay, so synoptically, what we have is that we do have a stationary front that's in position in western Pennsylvania, western New York, and into Canada. All of this is causing thunderstorms throughout places like southwestern Virginia, all the way to Vermont. And some of them are producing moderate to heavy rains in a local at a local level, but there are a few severe thunderstorm warnings located in the far northern part of upstate New York, places like Massena and Mumbai, New York, in the Adirondacks region. There are lots of flooding throughout places like right around the I-81 corridor in Virginia. It's going to be one hell of a drive there, folks. Then we get lots of thunderstorms throughout places like Syracuse, Utica, Ithaca. And what about the rest of New England? The rest of New England is looking dry for the most part. I would say right along the I-95, starting from here, working our way down the I-95 corridor through New York City, and then ending in Delaware, where the conditions are dry. They're perfect for driving, but those located in Maryland, the DC area, and Virginia, they're dealing with some wet weather. A few showers just located in the Silver Springs, Germantown area of Maryland. The Delmarva Peninsula is looking fine. West Virginia, just a few places with pop-up thunderstorms right now. Then we go down south, where there is a cold front in position in central Tennessee, northern Mississippi, central Arkansas, and into Oklahoma. But there's going to be a stationary front that's going to be located in western Oklahoma, right before the Panhandle part of Oklahoma, though. There's another cold front, but just offshore, and transitions into a stationary front and plagues throughout the entirety of the Gulf region of the U.S. There are flood warnings in play right now in places like Myrtle Beach, and as well as west of Georgetown and right along the Savannah River. A few pop-up thunderstorms throughout parts of Georgia, like on the southern half, especially just like right around there, the Atlanta area. Getting some thunderstorms going, passing by, hit or miss for the most part, especially northwestern South Carolina and the western North Carolina. Then we go down, now we try Alabama. Alabama is mostly on the east side and south side. Pop-up thunderstorms are happening right now, especially just south of Meridian, Mississippi. Mobile, Alabama on the south side, thunderstorms and moderate to heavy rain are present. The Panhandle of Florida, I-10, well, all the way to Quincy, Florida. There are lots of pop-up thunderstorms right now, making road travel much treacherous. But it gets clear after leaving Quincy to the east. Lake City looking fine. Jacksonville still dealing with some thunderstorms, and it gets worse as one would continue heading south along I-95 towards Miami. But even once it ends in Miami, Route 1 is threatened with some pop-up showers, clouds, and a few storms right along the Keys. I-75 is definitely no exception as well. But on the bright side, after passing Gainesville, it does get better. But for now, though, I-4 just someplace with some showers there, but not much of a heavy downpour event, though. Some thunderstorms are there, but all throughout the peninsula part of Florida and parts of the Panhandle of Florida, it's quite a mess down there. Arkansas and Louisiana, it's mostly dry. Then we go to Texas, where much of Oklahoma, there are some showers, some pop-up thunderstorms in some parts of the state. There's a special weather statement located in Woodward, Oklahoma. And in Texas, well, Texas mostly on the south side and east side, and especially parts of the Panhandle of Texas, some pop-up thunderstorms are present there. And of course, I did mention that there are air quality alerts throughout the Houston, Galveston area. It's quite dry on the west side of Texas. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, it's looking fine. Let's go to the Ohio Valley. It's mostly fine, but a few places with pop-up showers and thunderstorms are located in eastern Kentucky and southeastern Ohio. Indiana, not much. Illinois, also not much. Though just a few places, though, in Illinois, there is a flood warning that's still present, but most of it's located in Wisconsin. Just a few pop-up showers there and clouds. And we do have an area of low pressure up north in Canada, which is responsible for moving some spotty showers and thunderstorms in a counterclockwise fashion, affecting places throughout the entirety of Michigan and parts of Wisconsin. But there are special marine warnings in Lakes Huron and parts of Lake Michigan. Then we go to the Dakotas and Minnesota, where there are a few showers and clouds passing by in places like from International Falls to Duluth. There are flood warnings in southern Minnesota and eastern South Dakota, but not much is happening right now in terms of rainfall. But we go down along the Missouri River Valley, where Iowa, not much is going on. Just one flood warning, though, that's located just west of Davenport. Missouri, nothing much is going on there. Kansas, not much except for some moderate to heavy rain in places like near Wichita. And keep in mind that there is a stationary front in western Kansas, and I failed to mention that there is a stationary front that's located in central Kentucky all the way to Pittsburgh. Sorry about that, folks. In Nebraska, just a few places with pop-up thunderstorms, particularly near North Platte, and especially one in the northwestern corner of the state. In the northern Rockies, it's quite dry in Montana and northern Idaho as well, but southern Idaho, pop-up showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder in the south side, affecting places like Twin Falls, Pocatello, and Boise. Yeah, they're popping up in the Bitterroot Mountains on the central side, and also there are some pop-up showers and storms in parts of Wyoming on the west side, though. Yeah, the clouds are moving to the east-southeast. Stationary front, it's present from Colorado all the way to Wyoming and Idaho. Now we go to Colorado, Utah, and Nevada. There are lots of spotty showers and thunderstorms. Some of them may be widespread, though. There are lots of severe thunderstorm warnings throughout places like south of Colorado Springs, Pueblo, and east of Colorado Springs, too. And there's a flash flood warning in the heart, in Fountain, Colorado, just south of Colorado Springs. Plenty of thunderstorms to go around throughout much of Colorado, especially Utah, with a special weather statement there just northeast of Cedar City, and as well as another one located in west central Nevada. And there is a severe thunderstorm warning located northwest of Reno, but on both sides of California and Nevada. More special weather statements, especially around Elko and in the heart of Nevada. Yet there are lots of thunderstorms, thunderstorms popping up and moving to the northeast from what it looks like throughout the Great Basin. Then we go down to the desert southwest where there is a flash flood warning just near Santa Fe. Two of them, I should say. Producing so much flooding as a result of moderate to heavy rains happening in a short amount of time. It's mostly affecting on the northern half of New Mexico. And we go to Arizona, where there are extreme heat warnings on the southern part of Arizona, plus the Tucson area. Flash flood warnings located just southeast of St. George, but in Arizona. Plenty of thunderstorms are present throughout much of Arizona, as you can see. Then we go to California. California, extreme heat warnings are in effect in southeastern corner of California, especially right around LA and points north. Bakersfield, too, and special weather statements are located around Bakersfield. If you leave LA, there could be some spotty thunderstorms, yet they're moving to the north, so you can see. And there is a special weather statement just to the northeast of Oceanside, California. More special weather statement, and even a flash flood warning is located just southeast of Fresno. And another one to the north as well. Of course, there's the severe thunderstorm warning I've mentioned, and another special weather statement there. And more extreme, and there are red flag warnings located in Northern California, despite the fact that there are plenty of thunderstorms in the northern part of the state, mostly inland though. San Francisco is quite dry, especially just in the inner city of LA, all the way down to San Diego, but it's more of an inland problem. Now on to the Pacific Northwest. Red flag warnings are in effect throughout southwestern Oregon, and extreme heat warnings in north central Oregon, and especially extreme heat warnings in central and eastern Washington State. Red flag warnings located just outside of Seattle and parts of the Olympic National Park. Yet there is rain. There are lots of showers and storms throughout parts of Oregon, too. Now, let's talk about the current conditions right now. So let's change the scene real quick. Yeah, I need to turn on the AC, folks. Give me a minute. All right, and now we are here with current conditions. Let's see what we got. Okay, so what do we have? An area of well, let's start off in the northeast, where onshore winds are blowing to the northwest, shifting to the north. Inland areas just up to 20 to 25 miles an hour in some places. On the coastal side in New England, they're blowing no more than 30 miles an hour there. But going into the mid-Atlantic, especially the New York City area, in terms of the coastal side of things, just up to 20 miles an hour. Let's take a look at temperatures. We got temperatures in New England. They are in the 70s, especially in upstate New York and even the greater New York City area. Pennsylvania temperatures are in the low 70s to low 80s. And we go to Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. Temperatures are in the mid-70s to mid-80s. West Virginia temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. Let's zoom out and see what we got down south. Light and variable winds are present throughout the southeast. Tennessee, winds are coming from the northwest up to 20 miles an hour. Mississippi and Alabama, winds are moving down south just up to 20 miles an hour, but there's some sea breeze. It's kicking in from the panhandle of Florida all the way to New Orleans. Then we got Florida, where you have strong westerly winds blowing up to 20 to 25 miles an hour. Most of the strong winds are or on the beaches. A little light in the Florida Keys. Arkansas, winds are coming from the north, shifting to the southwest. Louisiana, winds are moving down south, just up to 20 miles an hour in both states. Texas and Oklahoma, you have winds that are coming from the northwest, from the northeast, shifting to the west and then back to the north. But on the western and southern sides of Texas, they're blowing up to 25 miles an hour. A little lighter throughout the rest of Texas. Panhandle of Oklahoma, also up to 25 miles an hour. The rest of the state up to 20. Take a look at the temperatures. Okay. Temperatures in the Carolinas, they are in the upper 70s to upper 80s. Georgia, 80s. Tennessee, also 80s. Alabama, also in the 80s. Mississippi, mid-80s to mid-90s. Arkansas, 90s. Louisiana, also 90s. Florida, statewide, temperatures are in the upper 70s to upper 80s. Then we go to Oklahoma and Texas. Temperatures there are in the mid-80s to low 90s. We have temperatures in Texas. They are in the mid-80s to upper 90s. Let's go to the Midwest. You have very strong northwesterly winds in places like the central to upper Mississippi Valley. That includes Minnesota, all the way down to Missouri and Illinois. Great Lakes region also getting winds of up to 30 miles an hour, along with the rest of the Mississippi Valley, just on the north side. Yet winds are shifting from the northwest to the east. The western half of the Dakotas, winds are light there, but it looks like winds are shifting to the west. Just moving up to 20 miles an hour. You got Nebraska and Kansas. Winds are shifting to the west, blowing up to 30 miles an hour there. In some places, actually, up to 25 miles per hour. The Ohio Valley, winds are moving to the east, blowing up to 25 miles an hour there. You have the Ohio Valley, where temperatures all over the Ohio Valley, they're in the 70s. The Great Lakes region, temperatures, we have lower Michigan, they're in the low 60s to mid 70s. Upper Peninsula, upper 50s to low 60s. Wisconsin, mid 50s to low 70s. The Dakotas and Minnesota. Temperatures in Minnesota, they are in the mid 70s to mid 50s to mid 60s. The Dakotas, you have temperatures that are in the mid 60s to mid 70s. Down along the Missouri River Valley. Iowa, temperatures are in the upper 70s to upper 60s to low, mid 70s. Missouri, 70s to low 80s. Kansas, 70s to low 80s as well. And Nebraska, upper 60s to mid 70s. Then we go to the west. Well, you do have a lot of light and variable winds throughout the northern Rockies, and as well as western half of the Rockies, including much of the Great Basin, and a few places in the desert southwest. But in the southern Nevada and southwestern Utah, winds are coming from the southwest, blowing up to 25 miles an hour, up to 30 miles an hour, just right between Boise and Idaho Falls. Moving to the east, though. And you have New Mexico and Arizona, where winds... Okay, in New Mexico, winds are moving to the north-northeast, up to 20 miles an hour. Arizona, winds are coming from the Gulf of California, blowing to the east at up to 25 miles per hour, as well as northwestern New Mexico. In California, you have somewhat light and variable winds, but winds are moving inland regardless, though. And yet they're moving into the Sierra Nevadas and the Mojave Desert. Winds are stronger in the Mojave Desert, it's blowing up to 25 miles an hour there. In the Pacific Northwest, it's quite light, a little bit variable though. But in southeastern Oregon, just winds are generally blowing to the east at up to 25 miles an hour. A lot of onshore winds in the Pacific Northwest, blowing up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. Let's talk about temperatures. So what have we got? Okay, so temperatures in Montana, they range from 71 in Glasgow to 86 in Missoula. Idaho, temperatures are in the 80s to low 90s. Wyoming, temperatures range from 66 in Cheyenne to 80 in Rock Springs. You have Colorado, Utah, and Nevada. You have temperatures in Colorado. They are in the 70s to low 80s. Utah, temperatures range from 73 in Vernal to 100 in St. George. Nevada, temperatures throughout the northern half of the state, they range from 66 in Austin to 80 in both 82 in Elko. And temperatures in the southern half of the state, they're in the 90s to, they're in the mid 80s to mid hundreds. In the desert southwest, in New Mexico, temperatures range from 75 in Gallup to 93 in both Carlsbad and Roswell. Northern half of Arizona, temperatures are in range from 75 in Alpine to 95 in Kingman. Temperatures are in the triple digits in the southern half of Arizona. California, 61 in Eureka. Temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s in the San Francisco Bay Area. 93 in LA, 79 in San Diego, 109 in Indio. Temperatures are in the mid 90s to mid hundreds in the Central Valley, California. And finally, in the Pacific Northwest, you have temperatures that range from 79 in Lakeview to 97 in Medford. Washington State, temperatures are in the mid 80s to upper 90s there. Let's talk about gusts. Alright, let's take a look at gusts. So, plenty of gusts, just up to 40 to 50 miles an hour in Maine and parts of New England, and even the Catskills up to 40 miles an hour there. The greater New York City area up to 35 miles an hour. The Outer Banks, North Carolina, up to 40 miles an hour. Florida, up to 30 miles an hour, maybe a little higher in terms of gusts. Great Lakes and mid to upper Mississippi Valley, wind gusts are up to 40 to 50 miles per hour in a few places. And throughout some parts of Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas, the wind gusts are up to 30 miles an hour, especially throughout various parts of the west, in the interior west, I should say, but just somewhat isolated. Where's the humidity? Okay, so where's the humidity? So there's plenty of humidity in upstate New York, swinging down along the Appalachian Mountains, all the way to Atlanta and Alabama. Florida is getting a lot of humidity right now because of the storms. Some humidity is located in the heart of the Great Plains, especially parts of the Great Lakes region, on the northern half, I should say. Especially in the Sierra Nevadas too. Rainfall accumulation. Where can you find plenty of rain? So let's see, upstate New York, Pennsylvania, you have rainfall estimates to be up to about 2 to 4 inches of rain locally, in which there are, it's estimated in terms of the local amounts like such. That's possible. Then we go down. We got parts of Florida, just up to an inch of rain there in some parts of Florida. Great Plains on the southern side of the Great Plains region, just up to 3 inches of rain in some places. Few places in Michigan, just up to half an inch of rain, especially in Colorado, New Mexico, and a few places in the Great Basin. But just so you know, folks, rainfall estimates and wind gusts and wind speed, they vary based on what is actually being recorded, because this is all just estimate that I'm showing you guys. The real estimates are determined by observation by local officials, so if I were you, I consult with them for more accurate info. Alright, so now let's do the upper level winds. Okay, so it is 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream for those of you just tuning in. This is Marlon here. This is episode 28 of Kingdom Hearts 2. Hey, how are you, Angel? Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't even read the chat. I got so carried away with the weather Yeah, but how are you? I'm doing all right. Just a lot of things have been happening today. It was Sunday. All right. Now let's talk about the 3-day forecast. So what are we doing for the 3-day forecast? So we're going to talk about. Okay, let's assume that this is right now. And what we are doing right now. Hold on, let me take a quick sip, folks. Just give me a moment, folks. Yeah, but my apologies on that one. I got carried away with weather. If you know what I mean, right? Anyway, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate that so much. Yeah, there was just a lot of things that have been happening, in terms of the weather. Anyway, okay, so here's how this is going to go. Okay, so I'm going to do the 3-day forecast while I do the tropical update. So, of course, in 30 minutes, we're going to get to Kingdom Hearts 2. So, let's assume that this is right now, and we're going to use the GFS model, and this is the 500 millibar map. And that means this is way above our heads, in the atmosphere. So, what we have here is that we have a trough that's located just north of the Great Lakes region, which also serves as an upper level low. And you have somewhat of a ridge that's located over the Great Basin, and another ridge is offshore, which means currently there's just a lot of wet weather that's going on throughout the Great Lakes region, especially parts of the west. Yeah, there's also plenty of wet weather throughout Florida, and that's going on, folks. So, what are we doing right now? Okay, so now let's move on to 24 hours from now, which will be Monday night. Basically, what we have is we still have an upper level low, which also serves as a trough, and we do have a ridge that's still there, just over the Great Basin, Colorado Rockies, which means that we're going to be dealing with a lot of wet weather throughout the East Coast, all the way down to South Carolina and Georgia. And even some wet weather that's still going to keep on happening throughout parts of the Great Basin as well, and parts of the desert Southwest. Okay, now let's move to 24 hours from then, which will be Tuesday night. So there's going to be a trough that's going to be over the Great Lakes region, right? Making sure that I didn't miss the chat this time. Okay, so there's going to be a ridge that's going to be over the Colorado Rockies. And of course, there is going to be like a trough just to the north of Maine. It's kind of lopsided, a positive tilt of trough. It does get deeper, which means that we're going to be dealing with more wet weather, some strong to severe thunderstorms throughout some parts of the East Coast, all the way down to Georgia. And some wet weather will still linger throughout the Great Basin and parts of the desert Southwest. Okay, and finally, by Wednesday night, trough starts to exit. Yet there's another one to the north near Hudson Bay. And a trough that's near that's in New England. Yeah, it's gonna be there. A ridge. It's gonna be over the Rockies, and I think there's gonna be like a sideways ridge over the Columbia River Valley, and a big trough from what it looks like. And it's gonna be over California. But my guess is there could be some wet weather that could linger throughout parts of the desert Southwest and the Great Basin, and even a few parts in the Pacific Northwest. But a lot of wet weather would start moving out. Hold on a minute. Alright, I'm back. And there's going to be still somewhat weather. Yeah, I've already discussed this. There's a tiny bit of ridge located, a weak one that's going to be over Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. Trough will exist over Lake Superior, which means there could be somewhat weather throughout parts of the Great Lakes region. Okay, so now we're going to go back, and this time we're going to fully talk about the tropics. Let's go to region and go to the North Atlantic. This is where we're going to begin. Hope you guys are ready for this. We're going to try to make this as quick as possible. So, let's see what we have here. So, we do have an area of disturbance, chance of development. It's going to be right between the Windward Islands and East and West Africa. It's going to move toward the west, but some strong winds aloft could wrap the system into submission, could bind it with Sahara dust wrapping around the system. And the Windward Islands, you have a tiny bit of tropical wave that's moving into throughout the entirety of the Eastern Caribbean. But there's a trough on the eastern half of the country, which means that any chance of development could be lower. And where's Fernand, you ask? Well, Fernand, I'm not seeing Fernand, folks. This one is pathetic because it's dying. I mean, it's very disorganized, and the structure of the storm is just not going to stay stable enough. There could be another wave coming out of Africa, but strong winds aloft is going to hinder any chance of development. Then we go to Monday night. Trough starts moving east. Tropical wave moves to the east, but tends to have a lot of strong winds aloft, wrapping around the system, and tropical wave giving way to some showers and some thunderstorms in Puerto Rico. Hold on a minute. Not much is going on in the Gulf. There's plenty of strong winds aloft. Hold on a minute, folks. My mouse isn't working. Okay, now it's working. Okay. Now, let's see. I mean, not much is going on Monday night. Trough would dominate all over the eastern half of the country. Right? Right, and now, let's see, move on to another 24 hours, which will be Tuesday night. Trough remains there. Tropical wave heading to the Windward Islands. Yeah, it's starting to look like as though a pimple. Yeah, it looks like someone's trying to squeeze out a pimple, if you know what I mean, folks. But so far, there's a lot of strong winds aloft. But right now, it doesn't look like as though that there could be any chances of development for the most part. Maybe chance, maybe. But Fernand right here, it's on its last leg. Then we move on to Thursday night. So by Thursday night, that tropical wave, any chance of development? Yep, collapses. Yep. Chance of development is gone. Strong winds aloft right between Africa and the Windward Islands. It's not going to happen. The Gulf, relatively quiet, but not really having any potential development, especially most notably in the Caribbean Sea. Not much is going on. Winds are too strong aloft to create any chances for any system to develop in the next few days. Then we move on to Thursday night. Strong winds aloft. Maybe a chance of development, but not really any sign of potential to come, folks. A trough starts moving in, still dominating throughout the eastern third of the country. Then we move on to Friday night. So this is more of like a 7-day type of thing. Yeah, there could be a chance of development just coming out of Africa. Winds aloft are slowing down, but they're stronger in the Caribbean, giving way to a few clouds and showers, maybe sunshine in some places. And then we move on to Saturday night. Well, something could happen, folks. There could be a chance of development that's going to be just northeast of the Windward Islands on Friday night. Yet, trough would remain there, but what good would it do? Not much, though. Then we move on to finally on next Sunday night. A few tropical waves coming out of Africa, but none of them have any potential development. But there could be something forming, just located near the Bahamas. And with those troughs dominating throughout the eastern half of the country, doesn't look like as though. I mean, it could. Maybe a chance it could strike the Bahamas or Florida, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Alright, so now let's go back and use the European model. Because this is the part when we do compare and contrast, a bunch of models. So this is tonight, and what we have here is that we have a tropical wave right between Africa and the Windward Islands. It's big, but there's a small one affecting the Windward Islands, but it's not going to do any good when it comes to developing. But Fernand is located just east of Bermuda. But like I said, what good would it do? It is going to maintain its strength, but in 24 hours from now, it's still there, but it's going to weaken, though. I mean, the trough is basically it's going to eat up this system known as Fernand. Tropical wave starts making its way westward, but still, I'm not seeing any potential. African dust start, wrapping around the system, lowering any chance of development, and nothing much that's going on in the Gulf or the Caribbean. Not much. Then we go to 24 hours, which is Tuesday night. Not much is happening, folks. Fernand is long gone. And we have a tropical wave. It's getting inching closer to the Windward Islands. Behind it, very strong winds aloft. And that's going to be the end of story for the system, especially the one just south of Haiti. And we move on to Wednesday night. Maybe something, but highly doubtful. Yet a trough would dominate the East Coast. Strong winds aloft are present right along the intertropical convergence zone where the doldrums. Maybe a low tropical wave, but like I said, what good would it do with all this Saharan dust that's playing throughout the tropical Atlantic? Yeah. Then we move on to Thursday night. Not much. Maybe something that's going to happen just northeast the Windward Islands, but still strong winds a lot. Maybe a little bit of a chance of tropical wave coming out of Africa right here, but still a trough is still there. And that means that as we move towards Friday night, folks, system could brew right here just to the northeast of the Windward Islands. So something's going to happen, though. But maybe something just located in the Cabo Verde Islands, not much in the Caribbean. It's still a trough that's still there. Then we move on to Saturday night. Yup, system. It has a chance, folks. Late next week into pretty much next weekend, there could be a system that could develop. What's the name? Well, I'll have to check that out. Okay, so any chance that even if it does become a hurricane, will it survive or will it get picked up and head east? Well, folks, now let's check the final day, which would be Sunday night. My Sunday night, it's still a disorganized system. It's some Saharan dust still wrapping around the system. But even if it does survive, yeah, this trough is still there. And although maybe a little weak, but could be something. But still, wouldn't bet money on it. Okay, so what about current conditions regarding Fernand? Okay, so before we get to that, this system that I was talking about, yeah, it's got a 30% chance of development within the next 2 days and within the next 7 days too. Hold on a minute. Alright, and as for Fernand, well, Fernando will still remain a tropical storm for the next few days, but it'll end up becoming a post-tropical system by Tuesday night. And right now, it's currently positioned at 31.8 degrees north, 59.8 degrees west. Its maximum sustained winds at 45 miles per hour. Therefore, it's still a tropical storm. It's moving to the north-northeast at 13 miles an hour, and that's from the 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time or a 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time Advisory number 5. As of Sunday, August 24, 2025. But 20 years ago, I mean, we had a tropical storm named Katrina, and it made its way through the Bahamas and became something for the residents of South Florida to prepare for. Not for planning, but for doing something. Because this system was moving quick. It was rapidly growing quick. I had to emphasize it because, like, you had a tropical system that just brewed right close to your front door. And it just barely, like, punches you. You were blindsided. You were barely blindsided by Katrina if you were folks in South Florida during that time 20 years ago. I mean, lately I've been talking about Katrina in my socials, only because I remember that storm that was that had numerous problems. It wasn't the forecasting, it was something else. But I'm not going to say, but I would rather focus more on the weather. But all I know is that it was one of the worst natural disasters in human history. I mean, we all knew, like, Katrina would cause a lot of trouble in New Orleans, but it's the way people responded. But anyway, that's for another time. I'm just putting out there, with where Katrina was and all that. But anyway, let's talk about the 3-day forecast using the radar Omega. Oh yeah, but before we do that, just to check real quick on the swells, just to see if we got any more waves. Well, the waves they're still there from Florida all the way to Cape Cod, but waves are starting to diminish and less swelling, but that doesn't mean that getting in the water is any better. It's better to go next weekend and just in time for Labor Day weekend, because next weekend is Labor Day weekend, so you know, folks. All right, now let's get to here, right? Let me have my water real quick. Okay, now let's talk about the 3-day forecast. So what do we got? Let's start off with what's going to happen tomorrow morning. By tomorrow morning, where are the warm lows? They're going to be in Florida, the southeast, parts of Texas, and the lower Mississippi Valley, parts of the desert southwest, a few places in more like the northern Central Valley, where the chilly lows, parts of the Rockies, plenty in the mid to upper Mississippi Valley, parts of the Great Lakes region. All right, and now we move on to tomorrow night, where we have a lot of heat that's located in Texas and lower Mississippi Valley, much of the desert southwest, parts of the Great Basin, California, parts of the Pacific Northwest, especially on the leeward side of the Cascades in Washington State and northern Idaho. Chilly highs will be in parts of the Great Lakes region. I mean, that's because you have areas where you have a trough and all that, like leading to some cold air that's going to spill into places like the Great Lakes region, parts of the Ohio Valley, the upper Mississippi Valley, especially parts of New England on the northern side, though. Now, what about for Tuesday morning? Where are the warm lows? Florida, parts of Texas on the south side, Arizona, Central Valley, California, leeward side of the Cascades in Washington State, where the chilly lows, they're located in the Rockies, and lots of which are located in the northern plains, upper to mid Mississippi Valley, Great Lakes region, especially in the interior parts of the Northeast. It's going to be really chilly, folks, really chilly. For Tuesday night, where's the heat? Right along the Gulf Coast, most notably in the western half of the Gulf Coast, parts of the desert southwest, California, all the way up to Washington State. Chilly highs will be in the Rockies and in the interior parts of northern New England. Now let's take a look at what's going to happen for Wednesday morning. By Wednesday morning, where are the warm lows in Florida, South Texas, and parts of the Gulf Coast, southern Arizona, leeward side of the Cascades, where are the chilly lows. There in the Rockies, parts of the Great Basin, and as well as the upper to mid Mississippi Valley, the Ohio Valley, much of the Great Lakes region, and the interior parts of the Northeast. And finally, Wednesday night. Hold on a minute, folks. All right, I'm back. Okay, so now where's the heat for Wednesday night? It's gonna be in Texas, southern half of the desert Southwest, much of California, and leeward side of the Cascades, where the chilly highs, northern Rockies, the interior parts of upstate New York. Now let's take a look at the humidity. Where's the humidity? The Gulf Coast, Southern Plains, the East Coast, Florida, parts of the desert Southwest, a little bit in parts of the West Coast, and even a few parts in the Great Basin like Nevada. Now, what about tomorrow night? Where's the humidity? Southern Plains, Gulf and East Coasts. That includes Florida, parts of Arizona, parts of the West Coast. Tuesday morning, where's the humidity? Texas, southern Oklahoma, parts of the west, much of the Gulf Coast, and especially the southeast and mid-Atlantic coasts, especially parts of the desert Southwest, and a few parts in the West Coast. And you got chilly air starts moving in, which lowers the lowers the dew point. Hold on. Now, what about for Tuesday night? Didn't mean to do that. Tuesday night, where's the humidity? Gulf Coast, and even the southeast, and maybe a little bit in the coastal parts of the New York City area all the way to Boston. A little bit of humidity in a few parts of the Great Plains, southern Arizona, a few places throughout the West Coast, I mean. What about for Wednesday morning? For Wednesday morning, plenty of humidity throughout the Gulf Coast, all the way up to Boston, on the coastal side, desert Southwest, some parts of the West Coast. Finally, how about Wednesday night? Where's the humidity? Southern Plains, Gulf Coast, all the way up until Boston, but on the coastal side though. And also there's plenty of humidity in the upper Mississippi Valley, parts of the desert Southwest, and some places on the coastal side of the Pacific Northwest. Now, what about in terms of convection? So where's the convection? Convection. That's the Cape. Okay. So, where's the Cape? It's going to be in the Gulf Coast, all the way up to New York City. Some convection in the southern part of Arizona. Now, what about for tomorrow night? Plenty of convection to go around throughout the Gulf Coast, Florida, and all the way up to the Outer Banks, North Carolina. Some convection will be over western Texas, the southwestern part of the U.S., and most notably in the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest. Great Basin will get some convection. Now, what about for Tuesday morning? By Tuesday morning, some convection will be all over the Gulf Coast, a few parts of the desert Southwest, and even some parts of the Pacific Northwest on the coastal side. Tuesday night, where's the humidity? A lot of convection. Convection will be all over the Gulf Coast and the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest. Some convection throughout throughout western Texas, desert Southwest, Great Basin, and the Rockies. Now, what about Wednesday mornings? Plenty of convection to go around throughout the Gulf Coast, Florida. Maybe some convection still ongoing throughout the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest. A few places. Well, some convection, but not much in the interior parts of the West. Finally, by Wednesday night, a lot of convection throughout the Gulf Coast and the upper Mississippi Valley, parts of the Great Lakes region, especially the rest of Texas. And some convection. It will be all over the interior parts of the West, but more convection, a little more convection in the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, it didn't really make much of a difference. I don't know why I put 75. I meant to click 78. And we go back here and talk about radar reflectivity, which in other words means, is there going to be any storms, showers, clouds? It's 7:02 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Yeah, we're getting there, folks. We are getting there. Just a few more minutes, folks. Like, no more than 5 minutes, folks. Okay. So where are the storms? So what weather is going to occur throughout New England and parts of the Northeast, all the way down to New York City, and especially the Gulf Coast and southern plains with lots of storms there. A few showers and clouds in the desert Southwest, Great Basin, Idaho, and the leeward side of the Cascades in the Pacific Northwest. A few showers and clouds throughout some parts of the West Coast. Now for tomorrow night. By tomorrow night, some clouds and showers will remain throughout parts of the Northeast, especially some in the Gulf Coast and Southeast, but a lot of storms will occur throughout the southern plains, Ozarks, mid-Mississippi Valley, and some showers and storms throughout the desert Southwest, Great Basin, all the way up to the leeward side of the Cascades and the Bitterroot Mountains. Hold on a minute, folks. Alright, I'm back. Now let's move on to Tuesday morning. By Tuesday morning, there will be most of the region in the Northeast, especially in the upper Midwest and Great Lakes region. We'll get some dry weather, so no need to worry about that. But the South will definitely get a lot of storms going, especially the desert Southwest, the Great Basin, Northern Rockies, leeward side of the Cascades. But a few clouds and showers will be in parts of the West Coast. Tuesday night, some storms will occur throughout parts of the South. A few clouds and showers will be in the Mid-Atlantic and the interior parts of that region. And plenty of storms throughout the desert Southwest, Great Basin, all the way up to the Northern Rockies. What about for Wednesday morning? By Wednesday morning, some clouds and showers and a few storms throughout the megalopolis parts of the Northeast, like New York City and parts of Boston, Philly. And a few showers and clouds throughout parts of the Gulf Coast, especially in the southern plains and the desert Southwest, Great Basin, and as well as the Northern Rockies. A few parts of the West Coast will get some stray clouds and showers. And by Wednesday night, there will be some clouds and showers and a few storms throughout the Gulf Coast, all the way to Florida and Georgia, and especially the mid-Mississippi Valley. We get some storms. But more storms will be on the northern side of the Great Lakes region, upper Mississippi Valley, and especially throughout the desert Southwest, Great Basin, the Rockies, all the way up to Montana. Alright, I think that's it, folks. But we will get to Kingdom Hearts right now. Alright, now let me set this up. Let me play the radar. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and play the game. And now, let's play the game. Just gotta wait a while. Oh yeah, and let me set myself up with the chat on my phone so I can see you guys in the chat. Let's load the game. And we're continuing off with Twilight Town. Okay. Now, hold on a minute, folks. I gotta set myself up, and I also gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, now I just need to, now that I'm back, just give me a moment. I still need to set myself up. Okay, just let me set myself up. Okay. Now, okay, we're in Twilight Town. We take care of things right now. Alright, I'm back. But my earbuds keep falling off. There we go, finally. Okay. Yeah, because I need to hear the game. But of course, you guys can't hear the game because, well, there are copyright issues to deal with. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking, folks. Just checking. So yeah, thank you guys being here. I appreciate it. Oh man, I got a bunch of nobodies to deal with. Yeah, the last time. Yeah, just a little practice before we can move on. But right now I just need to check the chat real quick. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now let's head down to the concourse, the underground concourse. Yeah, I gotta skate away from the Heartless. I remember there were some, well, the nobodies. Some of the nobodies, yeah, I took a hit, and I was like, half killed. Are there any skateboard? No. Let's go here, you guys. I can't jump, you guys. Let's go here, right? Yeah, we got a lot of nobodies to deal with. Sunset puzzle piece is here. I don't know. I don't know what am I supposed to do here now, because this is quite different from the one that I've been dealing with in the past. Yes, we got it. But there should be something here. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention. A train without a conductor. Wonder if I can go down, but I can't. I just can't. Can't do anything. Train without a conductor. Back to Sunset Terrace. Okay. So now I want to know what is going on. Okay, we got an Orichalcum, and a Mithril Crystal. But there has to be something, folks. There has to be something. Yeah, I think I had someone whisper a while ago. Hold on a minute. Alright, I'm back, folks, so sorry I didn't really, respond to anything. We got too many nobodies here. Man, nobodies are all over the beehive! Come on, guys, get out of there. We're pretty much wasting so much time. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we got too many background noise, folks. So we have to hurry to the mansion. Now, where is the mansion? Yeah, the last time we were at the mansion was right around here. Ah, more! Unbelievable! We'll never escape them. This is the reason why I could not fight. Are you serious? I don't have time for this. The nobodies. Yeah, Mickey. Yeah, this one starting to... Yeah, this is more puzzling. Oh, shit. Now we gotta deal with those assholes. Hey, the king! Is he wearing Sora's old outfit? Alright, level 43 for Donald. Excellent job, you guys. Now we got a lot to defeat. Nice job, you guys. Nice job. Ah, yes. Oh. Yeah, you didn't have... Well, keep in mind that, no, Mickey didn't blab it. Okay, he kind of did, but he didn't really say it was Riku, but he had a feeling, guys. He had a feeling. Gotta find that save point. Got the potion. Alright, it is 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream for those of you just tuning in. My name's Marlon. This is episode 28 of Kingdom Hearts 2. Hope you guys having a good day, or hoping that you'd have better days ahead. For me, well, it's just nothing but an ordinary Sunday. Can't jump that high. More background music. Oh, well, don't blame yourself, dude. Well, it was Sora. Yeah, he can see through Riku. Yeah, yes, Sora. Okay. Got the daylight puzzle. Where's the save point? Oh. Got the crystal meth. No, not there. This is the foyer, you guys. Ah! I haven't fully recovered from from the attack. Oh, that was a lucky guess, you guys. No, you don't, dude! Well, I don't know about Pence. Yeah. Yeah, we need a save point, guys. Oh, there it is. Let's save. Okay, let me take a quick sip real quick. Hold on. Alright. Now that we saved the game, because saving is your best friend, of course. That's library. Oh boy, we're gonna get ourselves into a fight, aren't we? Ah! Okay, one is done. Excellent. Excellent job, you guys. Prepare yourselves, you guys. Ah! More of those assholes. More nobodies. Ah, more? You gotta be kidding me. I didn't... Man, they are determined to kill me at all costs. Level 43 for Sora. Excellent. Ah, okay. Okay, we killed him. Finally. This is the pod that Sora was sleeping in, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to think of it, you guys. No, get away, you guys. Get away. Don't bother fighting those assholes. We're at level 43. That's good. Sea salt ice cream. All right. We will save again. Let's do this, you guys. Ah, oh, damn. This one is trashed. Yeah, Roxas did this. Got it. Let's take this right now. Let's save again. Where are we going? Alright guys, we're moving into another dimension, so this is going to be very treacherous. Oh boy, looks like we got we got chores to deal with. We got a chore to deal with, guys. This one is for real. Yeah, the nobodies here are thriving. Yeah. Yeah, these type of nobodies are not pushovers, you know. They're the real deal. Well, we got so far, but still, don't underestimate. Axel? Whatever, let's just go. Syx? Yeah. Let's see with the abilities for Sora. Not much, folks. Not much. This is new, guys. I mean, I'm used to seeing Axel being well, the enemy, but this time like this is temporarily different. Dude! Oh, this one is lethal. Ah, there's more of them. Damn it! I'm already getting tapped out right now, you guys. This is for real. Ah. Okay, we need to like find. We need to find the source of who's creating the nobodies here. Okay, we gotta fight the toughest enemies there are. Yeah, the toughest enemies go first. The weak ones later. Oh, there's more of them? You! Yeah, it looks like Axel's down. Alright, Sora got the slap shot. That's good. Too many nobodies, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, it's quite a twist actually. Axel. Alright, gotcha. Shit. He is he's torn, you know? The bond of flame. You guys coming or what? No, in the end, Axel, like, did something right, something selfless. So this is the world that never was. This is new. Very goofy. He has a lot to, to do. A lot to gain, actually. Sora. Let's use this Keyblade. Now we need a save point, which we have right now. Here we go, the world that never was. We only got about 7 minutes of streaming left. Okay, that's the way back to Twilight Town. Let's just disembark right now. Oh, we got a lot of heartless cockroaches, you guys. Ah. Yeah, there's a lot of cockroaches here. These heartless cockroaches. Oh, there's more that keep on coming, you guys. Yeah, it's gonna be like that for a while, you guys. Ah, man, it's so dark. Yeah, this is never ending, you guys. Man, there are too many cockroaches. They keep on coming. You know, those heartless cockroaches. Whew, that's a lot of work, you guys. Ah! Keep on coming. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I might as well just, leave it here for today. I'm getting close, I'm about to end the stream. In just a few seconds. I just need to get back and retreat. Alright, guys. Let's, save real quick. Well, actually, let's save. Then we're gonna end the game portion of the stream. Then we're gonna conclude the stream with the weather topic of the day. Alright. Okay, just a moment, folks. Alright, guys, now let me just change to here. Okay, now the weather topic of the day. Let me just pull something up, folks. Wait a second, hold on. I'm getting something, folks, with Radar Omega. There is one tornado warning. It's located in Colorado. Let me go ahead and zoom this in before we get to the weather topic of the day. Single site radar. Let's go here. Yeah, for what it looks like, I mean, it does have a lot of precipitation, a lot of heavy rain, just outside of Haswell and Eads, Colorado. Kind of looks like a supercell to me, sort of. But I'll check the velocity radar. Okay, this. Hold on a minute. All right. Let's take a look. Okay, so there is supercell. I don't know, folks. I'm not seeing any potential right here. Not a chance. Because, I mean, you have winds that are moving away like this, and winds moving toward. Tiny bit of friction. Could be somewhere right around here. The heart of the tornado warning. Yeah, like right around here, but it's not much. Let me see the correlation coefficient. There's a lot of foreign objects around the storm. But let me just play the radar for you guys just to get a better sense of what we're dealing with. It's moving southwest. Yeah, it's moving in that direction. Yeah, you know, there could be a funnel cloud that could be formed. Supercell. Well, yeah, supercell cloud that could be forming right now. It's in the developing mode. When will it expire? It expires in 25 minutes. All right. So if there was a tornado, like it would be southeast of Haswell and southwest of Eads, north of Hasty. Okay. Well, now let's tune into the weather topic of the day. Just need to remember what was the weather topic of the day, folks. Okay, so the weather topic of the day is does cloud coverage cool or warm nighttime temperatures? The answer to that, folks, okay, so let me just pull up a satellite right now. Yeah, this is satellite, folks. Yeah, satellite's only useful during the day. It's 8:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, so cloud coverage warms nighttime temperatures by trapping the Earth's radiated heat and re-emitting it back to the surface, preventing it from escaping into space. On clear nights, heat escapes more rapidly, leading to significant cooling. Well, folks, that's the weather topic of the day. It's simple, but it's kind of somewhat of a repeat of some pieces of the previous weather topic of the day. I forgot what it was. I mean, I've done too many of that in the past 6 months since I did my hiatus, since I got out of my hiatus, folks. Okay, so plan for this week. Okay, so. Well, later this week I'm going to be super busy. Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming from 6 to 8 p.m. Playing Minecraft after the weather discussion and tropical update. Tuesday I'm going to Yeah, I'm only gonna do the weather, national weather discussion when I come home, and then after that, that's it. But Wednesday, not really. Gonna stream Thursday, not really. I definitely don't have time. And Friday, I'm not streaming as well. But Saturday and Sunday, I will after Tuesday. So basically, I mean, I could throw in a surprise stream, maybe on Friday or Wednesday, but Thursday, absolutely not. I really got plans actually. But Labor Day weekend is going to be very tricky for me. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But until then, do hit me with a follow and turn on the notifications so that you guys will know when I'll be streaming the next time. But until then, please stay safe out there no matter the weather. Protect yourselves and others. Love you all. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching. Signing out.